In our earlier episode, we had seen the structure of judiciary in India, from the Supreme Court to the High Court to District Court and then on to subordinate courts. There are over 18,700 district and subordinate courts in India, who together preside over 4.7 crore cases today. Unlike the High Court and the Supreme Court, district and subordinate courts don't interpret the law in ways that set precedent. Instead, they apply existing law and precedent set by the Supreme Court and the High Court to the case at hand. District courts also function as the first point of appeal in case either of the parties want to appeal a judgment of a subordinate court. The smallest unit in a district or a subordinate court is a courtroom, sometimes simply referred to as the court. Each court is presided over by a judge. That judge, on an average day, is scheduled to hear about 100 to 300 cases in India. Multiple courts together form an establishment, and each establishment is headed by a principal judge who is responsible for allocation of new cases to different judges and some administrative functions like transfers of lower staff, hiring, and so on. Each court establishment is also supported by an administrative unit, at the helm of which is an administrative officer who is called the Chief Administrative Officer or the CAO. In some courts, the CAO is sometimes supported by a court manager. Below the CAO are multiple sheristedar who head various different branches. It could be the filing branch, the summons branch, the pending branch, and so on. Each branch may have multiple officials who support the sheristedar. Most court establishments today also have bailiffs and process servers who are responsible for delivering court notices to either parties when ordered to by a judge. Many court establishments also have an e-filing center where there are officers who help lawyers and litigants file cases digitally. And that is how a district or a subordinate court in India functions today. Samagra will be back soon with yet another short episode of Governance Decluttered, where we decode everyday governance in India.